There she is. All right. Good morning, Araceli.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, everyone.
There's Mr. Silva. Good morning, Omar. Are we ready to proceed? Omar? Can you hear me?
I think that means we get PR funds, right, Judge?
Let me try and get in contact with him, Judge.
All right.
I'm messaging him too.
Hello.
There you go.
My apologies. I had problems with my internet, so I was trying to connect, and so I'm working from home today. But my apologies.
All right. All set. Let's start with Mr. Munoz. Court calls the case of the state of Texas versus Manuel Munoz, cause number 2022-0C03267. This proceeding is being heard in reference to and in compliance with the emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals under various miscellaneous docket numbers regarding the COVID-19 state of disaster, the guidance issued by the Office of Court Administration and the El Paso Council of Judges statement to the attorneys of the El Paso Bar in response to coronavirus. May I have announcement of counsel?
Omar Silva for the state. We're ready to proceed, Your Honor.
Ana Yaldo for Mr. Manuel Munoz, also ready.
You are Manuel Munoz.
Correct.
Raise your right hand, sir. Solemnly swear affirm testimony may give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I'm good. Yes.
Go ahead, Ms. Yaldo.
Thank you, Judge. So I think I have hopefully a good argument for you today. So I met with Mr. Munoz on Monday, and he, the reason why the warrant was issued was because he failed to appear for a hearing a couple weeks ago. And I think, I don't think that it was entirely, I don't think that it was his fault. So he's actually on probation right now, out of the 34th District Court. And another attorney in our office had been representing him up until beginning of August. Something weird happened with his cases. He signed for 2 years deferred out of the 34th District Court on a reduced charge. And so he's been on probation since August 5th. On August 18th, this new case was filed. This case is actually from September 2021. So it took nearly a year for this assault to get filed, despite this incident and the incident he's on probation for happening on the same day. I was not aware that he was on probation because he had signed for the probation before this case got filed, and our office closes cases once clients are put on probation. So there was nothing to indicate to me that he was on probation. The felony attorney didn't seem to know that this charge existed. The probation officer also had no idea that he had this charge. He had recently moved and he had a Wi-Fi phone. He was communicating. I spoke with his probation officer extensively yesterday. He has been compliant with probation. He's been on since, like I said, August 5th. He's been compliant. He's been calling, reporting, and he now has a new phone that is not a Wi-Fi phone that will hopefully make it easier to communicate not only with me, but with his probation officer. No one knew about this charge. And because his probation case had already been closed, I only had his contact info from over a year ago, and it was no longer good. The probation officer had his current contact info. I spoke with her and she said that there is a 100% chance that he is not going to be violated, that he's going to stay on probation. There have been no issues with him since him being on probation. Just to give you some background on this charge, Judge, it's an alleged assault at the jail. When he was being
What is
booked,
he on probation for?
it was originally indicted as felony assault family violence, and it was reduced to a misdemeanor, I believe through 1244B. So it's 2 years deferred on a misdemeanor assault family violence, and it's out of the 34th District Court.
All right. Mr. Silva, do you have anything?
Judge, I spoke to Ms. Yaldo and she is correct. This charge was filed on 8/18/2022, 13 days after he was placed on deferred. So I defer to the court on whether they want to release Mr. Munoz.
All right. That being the case, the court will grant him a $1,000 PR bond. Mr. Munoz, you will have to be reporting to PR bonds. You'll have a 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew where you can't be out. You're not to use any illegal substance. You'll need to maintain contact information with the CJC office, and you are not to commit any new offenses and get arrested again. Any violation of those conditions, you will get rearrested. Anything further, counsel?
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
Nothing further from the defense. Thank you so much, Judge.
Thank you. May I have Mr. Monroy?
Morning, Judge.
Good morning, Myrna. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Coming right out, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, court calls the cases of the state of Texas versus Eduardo Monroy, cause numbers 2022-0C0-1240 and 2022-0C0-3543. This proceeding is being heard in reference to and in compliance with the emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals under various miscellaneous docket numbers regarding the COVID-19 state of disaster, the guidance issued by the Office of Court Administration and the El Paso Council of Judges statement to the attorneys of the El Paso Bar in response to coronavirus. May I have announcement of counsel?
Omar Silva for the state. We're ready to proceed, Your Honor.
And Myrna Pages for Mr. Eduardo Monroy. We are ready as well, Judge.
You are Eduardo Monroy?
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand, sir. Solemnly swear affirm testimony you may give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen, Mr. Monroy?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Glenn, can you tell me what the charges are? I forgot to put them down here.
Yes, Judge, on 2022 Charles 01240, it's assault causes bodily injury, family member. And for cause number 2022 Charles 03543, it's unlawful carrying of a weapon.
Okay, thank you. All right, charged for the offense of assault, family violence alleged to have occurred March 1st, 2022, and unlawfully carrying a weapon alleged to have occurred May 21st, 22. To those charges, sir, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, ma'am.
Now, counsel, I know you didn't put in any community service hours. Was that intentional or an oversight?
An oversight, Your Honor. This recommendation was through the felony attorney with Ms. Myrna Pages. And
All right, that being the case, the court will find you guilty, Mr. Monroy, sentence you to a year in jail, probated for 12 months. You are to pay a $30 per month probation fee, be subject to breath and urine analysis, a 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew. The court will make a family violence finding. You are to be in the mental health caseload, have no offensive contact with Angelina Frausto, attend family violence counseling, and complete 30 hours of community service. You're also to reimburse El Paso County for court costs, and these two cases run concurrent with each other. Anything further, counsel?
just that, just to put it on the record, once he pleads, we're gonna dismiss 2021 OCO 3450 and 2022 ODO 1043.
All right. Ms. Pages, anything?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You may be excused.
Thank you, Judge. Have a great day.
You too. Carlos Holguin, please. Okay, court calls the cases of the state of Texas versus Carlos Holguin, cause numbers 2022-0C0 4422, 2022-0C0 4408, and 2022 P file 08780. This proceeding is being heard in reference to and in compliance with the emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court and the Court of Appeals under various miscellaneous docket numbers regarding the COVID-19 state of disaster, the guidance issued by the Office of Court Administration, and the El Paso Council of Judges statement to the attorneys of the El Paso Bar in response to coronavirus. May I have announcement of counsel?
Omar Silva for the state. We're ready to proceed, Your Honor.
Good morning, Ana Yaldo with the Public Defender's Office here on behalf of Mr. Carlos Holguin, also ready.
You are Carlos Holguin?
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand, sir. Solemnly swear affirm testimony you may give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Yaldo.
Thank you, Judge. This is Mr. Carlos Eduardo Holguin. He is 26 years old. He's a U.S. citizen. He's been in jail for a couple of weeks, and I believe his bond right now is $6,500 cash surety. Unfortunately, Mr. Holguin has been living in the streets for the past 9 years. Both of his parents have passed away. He does have a sister named Jennifer who lives in El Paso. I spoke with her for quite some time yesterday. Unfortunately, she is unable to house him at this time. And she advised me that there's no other family that Mr. Holguin would be able to stay with. I believe he'd kind of been bouncing around the streets and shelters based on what both he and his sister have told me. So these are all these are all charges that originate out of the same place. It's a Circle K store. And I had a conversation with Mr. Holguin, a pretty frank conversation with him when I met with him last week, that he doesn't have a right to be at this store. And clearly the owner does not want him there. I don't know if I got through to Mr. Holguin or not, realistically. That being said, these are just, they're misdemeanors, criminal trespasses and one resisting. I do see, I did hear you, Judge, with one of the P files. I'm not sure if there's a second P file.
There is a second P file and another criminal trespass that he apparently is out on a PR bond still.
Correct. I'm seeing 4 criminal trespasses and a resisting arrest. I did want to ask the DA if they had any update as to when these P files might get filed. So perhaps we can, in the next.
It also indicated that he may be wanted out of Sunland Park, New Mexico.
Okay, I thank you for that information. So I'm not entirely sure where he would live. I would say I would ask for a PR bond today, just given the charges. I don't believe he's a danger to the community. I think that he needs to not go back to the Circle K. He doesn't have a right to be there. They don't want him there. And if he continues to go there, I do think that he is going to continue getting arrested. He knows that. I know that.
Does he qualify for one of the homeless shelters?
He probably would, Judge. Our social worker has been out, unfortunately, on medical leave, and so I haven't been able to get with anyone to make those connections.
I qualify for the rescue mission because they put me there last time.
If he's granted a PR bond, and I'm happy to send PR the language or whoever the bailiff the language to go into a PR bond order, so that way the sheriff can transport him to the rescue mission. We would ask for a PR bond here, and kind of just keep our fingers crossed that he won't continue going back to that same Circle K.
Does he have a means of communication so that we can email him the settings, etc.?
Unfortunately, no. His sister does, but they're not, I don't know how often they're in contact.
Right. Mr. Silva, do you have anything?
Yes, Your Honor. As Ms. Yalo said, most of these are criminal trespass. However, he does have extensive history. The state is worried that if he's not accepted into the rescue mission, Mr. Holguin will continue to, criminal trespass and commit other offenses.
All right. Mr. Holguin, do you have some way to communicate with Miss Yaldo?
Yeah, I could. Well, they accept me in the opportunity center or the rescue mission. I'll be calling her.
All right.
Or I could, because I haven't seen my sister for about 3 months already. So I'm gonna go see her.
Well, I'm not going to rely on your communication with your sister. I would like to see if you qualify for the rescue mission. Ms. Yaldo, I'm going to ask you to contact them, see if they have a place for him, see how quickly they could take him. And then, Mr. Holguin, if that's the case, I will sign a PR bond order later today with that language on all of the 3 cases. Mr. Yaldo, you will have some conditions, primarily that you stay at the rescue mission, you do not leave without permission from the court, that you will have a 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew, that you're not to go to the Circle K, that you're not to use any illegal substances, and that you're not to commit any new offenses. And that you have to keep current contact information with the CJC office and Ms. Yaldo. You violate those conditions, you're going to wind up back in jail. Understood.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Ms. Yaldo, if you'll contact Glenn as soon as you have a response from them, we'll submit that order then.
Absolutely. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. And on Mr. Munoz, I forgot to mention that it also shows, or his pretrial risk assessment report shows that he is possibly wanted out of California.
Thank you for letting me know. I'll let him.
You may be excused. May I have Mr. Gomez, please?
Have a wonderful day, everyone. Glenn, I'll be in touch.
Thank you. Ms. Villa?
Yes, Judge.
You had queued, good morning, I'm sorry, you had queued an order of appointment that the jail made. I'm not sure what you wanted done with that.
Oh, whoever submitted it needed to add the OCO case number because it still had the P file and the case has since been
Disposed of,
filed.
actually.
Yes, ma'am. Mhm.
Okay, so that's all you needed?
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Georges. We are here on Mr. Gomez. Can you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor, I can. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. We're here on Mr. Gomez. You are Jerry Gomez there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're just having a short status hearing to see what the status of this evading is. He has 8 of those much more serious felonies.
Right.
And he's been in jail on this case for 203 days.
And Judge, his situation is even more complicated than that because on his 8 felonies, he's got 2 lawyers, which is going to be me and Robin Norris. And we have, there's one case that overlaps, but that's, you know, I mean, the more serious cases of the aggravated kidnapping is Robin's case.
Okay.
Now, we've promised him, we've, you know, talked to Judge Ronhell about this, and we've promised to work together to resolve this.
Mhm.
And I'm okay with that. I think we can do it. The most serious case, the aggravated kidnapping case. Well, we believe that it's not as good as some of the other cases, and if we can get something, you know, get some traction on that, or even get it dismissed, then I think we can work out the rest of these pretty handily.
Omar, what do you expect to happen to this evading? And my guess is it'll be dismissed somewhere.
Yes, Your
My
Honor.
guess-
I have a note that if the felonies pleads to the felonies, we'll dismiss this case.
Okay, is there any way to dismiss it before then?
Let me
He's
talk to
been in
the.
there 203 days on this case. It's a little much.
Okay, I'll speak to the felony attorney today and have an answer for you today, Your Honor.
All right, I'd appreciate that.
I
Anything
think it'd be
further?
a good solution, actually.
Well, at least it would get rid of our case, right? He still has
Right.
to deal with those other
And-
cases.
You know, it looks like, I mean, they granted us a continuance on our trial setting this, I think it may be next week. And so his next trial setting will be in January, I think. So I really want to get this resolved well before then.
Okay. All right,
But-
well, we'll wait to hear from Mr. Silva then.
Okay.
Anything further?
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
Nothing further from me or Mr. Gomez.
All right, then you all may be excused, and I believe that concludes our docket.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
Thank you, you
Thank you,
too.
Judge.
Y'all have a
Thank you,
good
Judge.
weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.
If Glenn, if you'll stay on for just a moment. Okay, I'm going to get another docket sheet on Mr. Monroy, actually 2 docket sheets on Mr. Monroy, and then I'll get you that bond order. And as soon as you hear from Anna, let me know and I'll submit that one. I'm off tomorrow, but if she sends it to you tomorrow, I'll find some time to log on and get that taken care of. You're muted.
Yes, Judge, sorry. Yes, I'll, you know, once she gets in contact with me, I'll get with you on that.
Okay. Anything else?
No, Judge, I don't have anything else.
Okay. Any emergencies tomorrow, please feel free to text me, call me, something.
Absolutely, Judge, sure will.
All right. Have a great weekend.
You do the same, Judge. Have a good day tomorrow too.
Enjoy
especially
your
tomorrow.
baby. Thank you.
Okay, I will.